What's up? Okie dokie. News in 4. Yo. 30 seconds. There we go. Not really much on that news, surprisingly. Oh. That's lame. You hit yourself. at 895. Huh. Volume imbalance. Where? I don't see so many resting orders, but yeah, those are previous day stuff. If I take a fixed volume point of control, the fixed volume point of control is like 903. But you know, the entire region of this Tuesday to Wednesday zone, this range, has like a whole slew of volume up in this region. Yeah, I'm unsure what I'm looking at just yet. I don't see anything significant in terms of volume. We're supposed to have like news, but nothing really happened. There's a red folder, but it didn't do anything. Okay. They're good. I was using them today at work too. It was nice. It's wireless, yeah, up to 20 hours per charge. It's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, and a 3-hour charge time to get to full. So it's like you just charge it. It's pretty good. And they have like noise cancellation or transparency. So if you want to hear people, you can have it on while you listen normally. So it looks like you're ignoring them visually, but you're just like, it has like a transparency mode, or it can cancel. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. And you can like no, I was just gonna say you can multiple pair, so I don't need to like disconnect from my iPad to connect to my iPhone. I just pause what I'm doing on my iPad and then hit play on my iPhone, and it will automatically detect what I'm trying to do. It's kind of cool. What were you gonna say? What? Dude, what? What's wrong with all those people? Why did they like get a narrative like it's somehow like Gestapo or whatever? People are so like dull-minded, smooth-brained, and it's just like it's nothing like it. Asmongold pointed out this funny thing, like it's like you got a bunch of white people yelling at ICE agents that are actually minorities, a lot of them, and they call them Nazis. So it's like, what kind of bizarro universe where you got white people calling, you know, minorities Nazis? Oh yeah, the Karens, the Karenocracy, as it's put. Well, it's like they operate like Aristotle, and you know, the Greeks had it all figured out 2,000 years ago. It's like we have 3 modalities of thought: the rhetorical triangle. You have like logos, ethos, and pathos. And it's like, you know, if you're not ruling yourself by the logos, you're being driven by the pathos, and that's why we say pathological, and like, you know, it's they're antithetical to one another. So we either live in like a logical society where things are scientifically driven and evidence based, or it's all vibes and feelings based, you know. And as like women entered the workforce and became into these like HR positions and created these nesting dolls of, you know, like ways of being indispensable within that hierarchy, they've also taken it away from logic, which is why economies are also suffering too. It's like a lot of it's just like inversions of logic down to the ideological poison of like gender ideology and all that nonsense. It's all just vibes. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, like, you know, like the whole math and everything, like women kind of seeing men as like, you know, basically demasculating men, emasculating them, and making them kind of like looking at themselves as equals on breadwinner levels and just power structures. Like, you know, there was something to be said from like the 1950s where it's like what the man of the house says goes, you know. It's like there's simpler times were simple for a reason. Right. Right. So it's like thinking they know best or whatever, because we've moved away as a society from like needing protection. You know, like it's that whole inversion where it's like they think, you know, men are supposed to be the providers and women are they have this mentality that they're the deservers or something, and it's like you deserve what the man decides to provide, really. And then it should be that way, but it's like, yeah, it's well, they're still going forward in Minnesota. I don't think they're backing down. The protests aren't really doing anything. Really? That's how they got it taken? I saw some videos where they like arrested some dude trying to ram them and stuff like that. Why don't they have like um they should use tranquilizer darts and just put them all to sleep. Tag them and bag them, you know? Makes sense, because then you can't record. Yeah. Makes sense. That could work. Yeah, make it like septic water. I think the whole that and like if Asmongold, I kind of agree with him, like arresting them though is also not just deterring them with cannons, but also detaining those people for obstruction, you know, and giving them like sentences of like years in prison. You know, because you're not allowed to impede on investigations and or block traffic and all this stuff. So I say just like shoot them with tranq darts and then like wake them up in prison. Bring a like van or a bus or something and like put them to sleep and then just howl them out like pigs. Save yourself the paperwork. Just like copy paste everyone's information on one form for the same charges. Good. Or better yet, you like round them up there, like you corral them in and be like, all right, loudspeakers and like microwaves things, and just be like, you have the right to remain silent. Get them to do something illegal. Or even like, you know, stink bombs stuff. But they already spray them with all those like, what is that, anti-raid spray or whatever. Right. Yeah, I've seen those. They're mounted on like a anti-riot vehicle kind of thing. Why is Minnesota so messed up? Why would they want to like protect all these people that aren't, I don't get it, like part of the country or whatever? So the NGOs are paying the protesters, you mean? Right. Yeah, it's pretty messed up how they... It's like the depravity is hard to imagine that people are partaking in that level of obfuscation and layered ways of laundering money and stuff. But it happens. I finally convinced my wife to let me put the dummy in the living room. Yeah. I dressed it up. No, I put on like some training gear for it so it's not naked. Like most chances are, if you ever get in a fight, somebody's gonna have clothes on, so like being able to like guess where their stuff is through their clothes is... Mainly I got it so I can train my daughter to fight, because she's doing karate and she wants to do kumite and stuff, so basically, yeah. I got her the pads to do some pad work together, but then when I'm not home, she could just be kicking the shit out of it in the living room. But I also want to kick the shit out of it too, so... I'll show you the picture here. Hold up. This guy. Say what? Good question. I mean, I don't see anything resting there significant. Yes, just made it above though. Me? Oh, no, do that, sorry. That'd be funny. You become a VTuber. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of honeypots. Be like, hey there, big boy, and then it just turns out to be like some hillbilly. They could probably change it live too. Vocoders and shit. It's a big, long duck dong. Oh, gee, you guys. I took a like 3 micro short off of that like push that FU stab up at like 910. It's only 50 ticks in profit at the moment, but we'll see. Yeah. I put shorts on him too. That's the older pick. Don't want like a half naked dude just chilling in my house. That guy that like yelled in my face last month or whatever, he likes blue, so I dressed him up in blue so I could be like punching that guy. Because he's a psycho and he's a recluse like weirdo that, you know, he was getting like aggravated over um not working out, and then I was trying to say like you got to make it non-negotiable with yourself, like make a promise with yourself, and then he was like, I could think of 1,000 reasons why I wouldn't do that, like what if your daughter's in the hospital, blah 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 blah, and he was like yelling in my face with these hypotheticals, and I was like, well actually my son was in the hospital 2 weeks ago with bronchitis and I still managed to do it every day, so what, what are you talking about? It's like I'm living proof that I can do it every day, so I'm not just talking out of my ass. But it's just like he didn't want to listen and he wanted to make excuses for being a bitch and not working out or something. And it's like it's his own internal thing, but he's like trying to like yell at me like I'm lying or something. He's like, "You're not telling the truth." I'm like, and then I just grabbed my stuff and I left because it's like he's like disrespecting me to my face, like yelling right in my face, and I was like, he needs to back the fuck up right now. And I was getting to the point where I was about to punch him, so I just left. I'm not gonna get arrested. Yeah, it would just escalate from there. And I had these glasses I have on right now, and it's like I could see him damaging those, and I was just like, it's not worth it. But still, like, it's kind of abusive to have to experience something like that. It's like I wasn't going over there to be yelled at. Yeah. Well, it just becomes more fuel to like keep what do you on the path of like just doing me and doing the training and running and weight jackets and pull-ups and everything. Just keep going doing my thing. There's a 73 lot buyer at 900 that entered on the push up that could get absorbed if it goes a little bit below 900. It's not huge like lots yet, so I wasn't really, I'm not convinced of anything yet. Mm-mm-mm-mm. It's like one of those slow grind up days. Yes, just retested 7K. What's up? And 7 minutes. Nice. Nice. I took a stop on that push up, but I'm thinking hitting it again. Not sure. We just hit 100 lot buyer at 935. Yep. Yeah, we got 2.5 people taking some sells up here at 943-ish. If it comes below 935, it would be a sign of seller strength, but otherwise the seller's looking to get slingshot here. But we'll see. Two minutes. We're at the weekly open as well in the previous month high area. For NQ. Nice. 30 seconds. Somebody adding some buys here. 200 buyers at 945. Currently absorbing them. 20 seconds. And watch everything. Fireworks inbound. Another 100 lot at 934 bought there. Mm-hmm. 172 seller just got in at 930. This will be make or break for the sellers. Oh, snap. And I just... Yeah, I just got paid. That was $1,000 across a couple accounts. My Ninja Trader, Copy Trader got, like, I had to force flatten with Replikanto because it was like not accurate. So I was just like, whatever. I took it. I wasn't trying to play minis, but it just was like too tempting. It's like, again, one of those things. It's just like a C trade, just don't hesitate, you know. Yeah, looks like it's gonna do it. It bearishly retest, and it didn't go through that seller at 930, so it's rewarding them. And some more buyers stepped up, 98 at 915 and a 200 at 921. So unless it rewards these guys, this could be absorption for them, but all contingent with what it does here. That's a nice absorption jitter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this looks like buyer absorption, dude. Straight up. They just added more, 120 at 908, and it bounced off that. Well, it's like sideways with a lot of buyers. That's the definition of absorption of buyers. We'll see. If I didn't know. Oh, yeah. Hopefully some of you guys took that. I was already up, so I'm good. I'm not gonna give back anything. But that was, I would have definitely taken that. There's 100 seller at 888. If it accelerates, then the sellers are definitely in control. There's another 100 lot buyer at 887, another one at 882. The buyers just keep getting absorbed and adding. Damn, they're getting destroyed. Oh, yeah. Cha-ching. Mm-hmm. And we were seeing the same thing from different languages, you know. It was like oh. Like you had absorption up there, you had absorption down here. You had the bearish retest with the reward to the seller. It was just objectively showing you its hand. I mean, on this, yeah, on the session, you haven't had any like delta aggression, so it could go any way. But what were you gonna say? I totally understand that. I don't like the physiological changes either because it clouds my judgment. I just want it to be like the money's there and you're just like, nice. I did. And I saw that FU candle pop up to a volume imbalance on the 1,000 tick, which also was like that bearish retest. It was just like there was confluence on confluence on confluence. Damn. What's up? Yeah, we just made like a nice short amount. I made a couple grand. He made a couple grand. It was like an easy telegraph buyer absorption play, as well as like hitting a volume imbalance and bearishly retesting like a line. It was just like, what? Yeah, I don't normally want to like take an open trade, but it was like, it was just like, wait, what? If it does this thing, it's going to do this thing. And then I was like, all right, well, then I'm taking it. We hit some sellers down at 858, like about a 300 lot. So getting a little bit of exhaustion bounce makes sense here. Oh, nice. There you go. Exhaustion bounce. It was also like a weekly open previous month high hit, so it was like easy open rejection would have made sense. Like, why would you just burst right through the weekly open for the first retest of the week? Or rather, it's not the first retest. Right. Right. It was like grinding up, like, it was just like slow grind up all day. Well, we definitely won't have consistency issues this 8-day cycle. They can't say shit. Yeah, the big lot players, I've only seen them on a few days, and it's only been recently. So it's like, yeah, the first week or so, it was like the volume was kicking off, and now it's starting to. You're starting to see the spoofers and the 300 lot guys again. There's a whole node up in here. Yeah. There's a 200 lot buyer at 887 that just got hit. ES is like going down faster than NQ is. Wants to break the 7K. Oh, snap. What was that? Just pulled up on like 600 buyers there. Bam. That was a mighty quick upside move. Good response time. Yeah, ES looks like a hard reject. It's like going really fast down to the lows. Yeah, it's really good at repainting everything. It's good at repainting a lot. 89 sellers just got hit at 900. Well, we also have like a high volume node from the last 2 days. Like I marked it off earlier with Duda at like 903. So that, it's like this whole shelf from like Tuesday and Wednesday. Lock it up, lock it up. Oh yeah. Yeah, the start of the year is always shifting gears. You got to get in that new rhythm. For me as well, like teaching, we had like a Christmas concert that finished, but now I got to get into graduation mode. They want me to check all this stuff and do all this. It goes till April, so spring is the end. Everything starts fresh in spring, right? So spring is the new. Right. I mean, they have the same number of like quarters or whatever, like semesters. It's just everything starts in spring. And then they get summer vacation, but it's like they just pick it up again from fall in the same year. So it's the same school year. It's just like they get a break just after starting it. Oh yeah. We had that 200 buyer at 887 that got absorbed. So we got the seller power. Oh yeah. Like this. Yeah, this looks like it is a rejection of that high volume node, and it's just going to go rip all these volume imbalances that it created throughout the day. But what do I know? I mean, you just got a huge, well, not huge. You got 200 buyers that just entered here at 862. Another 100 at 878. We got the battle for the hourly wick, and also they're trying to just stop out all the sellers that took that like trailing. It's like a FU. You can do it. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that's why it's been kind of weird. Like it's like I don't normally like trading the open, you know, like it's generally the opposite. So I'm like, wait, what's going on? Like cuz recently I'm like, all right, well this is the undeniable thing. It just is happening at an open. What's going on, you know? ES generally telegraphs the move, and then NQ acts like a bitch because it's lower liquidity and easier to manipulate. So that's what creates the divergence. So like ES wants to like dip, and then like NQ just goes no, and then FU's to the high, and then it follows suit because they want to stop out all the shorts or whatever. That's what I've noticed is like ES generally is this slower to tell it, like it telegraphs it with less chicanery, but then NQ is like, what are you talking about? Yeah, it's like I do what I damn well please. Get off me. I'm gonna get off slightly earlier today. I'm kind of sleep deprived and I want to be fresh for Friday. We got a few buyers. Reminder 200 lot at 878.50. It's starting to get absorbed. Another 200 at 863 starting to get absorbed. This could be a continuation of to the downside if these inflection points don't hold for the buyers. The order book on ES cleared out for some reason, or at least like within the immediate 7,000 range. It was populated a moment ago before the hourly. I'm going to end the stream here. So stay frugal, stay blessed, stay positive, gentlemen. And I will catch you tomorrow for Friday. We'll give out a extra giveaway tomorrow. So comment on today's video and like, and that'll enter you for tomorrow. Have a good one. Stay frugal, stay positive, stay blessed. Peace.